Tom, lost here in the FA Youth Cup at Selhurst Park, but I guess there's plenty of positives that can be taken from the performance.
Yeah, it's an incredibly proud moment for all the staff and all the boys and the families tonight to come to a Premier League stadium and compete with one of the best teams in the country at this age group. You know, they gave their all and had a really good go. Unfortunately, didn't get the result they came to get, but you know, inspired a lot of the younger players in the programme looking up to see that this is something that they might be able to do down the line.
What's it like for you when you see the hard work day to day in the academy to stand here and watch the players walk out at a Premier League stadium against a team as good as Crystal Palace?
It's a lot of hard work over many years. Some of these boys have been in, you know, since 8, 9, 10. Many different staff along the journeys that supported and helped them, and the parents have put a lot of effort and time in supporting them over that journey. So to get these moments to come to a Premier League stadium and compete, you know, against this calibre player is a really proud moment for everybody. And I said it's unfortunate they couldn't get the result that they'd come for tonight, but in terms of performance and their effort and their application, they were brilliant.
And that's it, isn't it, as well, the performance tonight, there's plenty of positives that can be taken from that. These players come against Crystal Palace, the team renowned for their academy, and the Cat won. They've stood up, been counted for and showed the academy values, but they've come away probably unlucky to lose 3-0, even unlucky to lose.
Yeah, when we talk about culture a lot, values around being brave, humble and competitive, and it's easy to talk about it, but it's much more powerful when the younger boys watching at home, watching on the stream, can see the lads wearing their shirts and somebody to look up to, and the boys showed our culture and the abundance tonight. That's all that we can ask from them, is they come and represent us and our identity and our philosophy and culture, and they did that. They had a really good go. They showed bravery to get on the ball, showed humility to run, competitiveness to fight, compete. A really proud, you know, a moment for us as staff, watching them come and be themselves in pressurised conditions. But they came and showed our culture and made us all really proud.
It's the sort of level that the players will aspire to be, you know, Premier League players, and there's plenty of lessons that can be learned, can't, from playing against people that are at that level now in the academy who are looking to make the same step that they are.
Yeah, it was a tough night for them, but inspiring as well in terms of levels that they're trying to get to. They've had some of the players that have had some really good experiences training with the first team this season. So all in all, these are all just development experiences that should help them along the way. And we're ultimately trying to get players to play in the first team for Bradford City. So these experiences around playing at Valley Parade in the FA Youth Cup, going to York, you know, not non-league team, non-league ground, and competing when they're up against it a little bit, and then coming to a Premier League stadium against one of the best teams for their age in the country. You know, these are all incredible experiences for their development journey, and hopefully should prepare them to be in a better position to go and try and play for the first team in the future. And
how invaluable, we can touch on it there, are those experiences in the FA Youth Cup? You know, you come around once a year, might only get 1 or 2 games, but we've got to the third round for the first time in a few years. Plenty that can be taken, and it's a brilliant experience for the lads.
It's just different. It's a different type of pressure for the boys. You know, they'll be experience different types of pressure throughout the development journey, but the FA Youth Cup is where it all ramps up a little bit, and it's probably the closest thing in academy football that you can get to playing in the first team. So they're incredibly valuable experiences, and as many of those that we can provide to the boys as possible is key. We had 4 16s on the pitch tonight, under 16s, 2 that started and 2 that came on, and it's a start of the journey for those boys in terms of preparing them for the PDP and hopefully the first team down the line. So that they're brilliant experiences for those players in preparing them for what's to come in a year's time. And some of the boys in the PDP, the 17s and 18s, it's preparing them for what comes next as well.
Fortunately, there are 4 under 16s in the side tonight. How much does that show that the pathway at Bradford City as an academy is there for young players?
Yeah, without an under 21s, we have to try and prepare the boys earlier, which can provide a real advantage in terms of the exposure that they get to the first team players. But we have to try and accelerate their development, and by playing under 16s in the FA Youth Cup under these sort of pressurised conditions, it is a key development experience for them in the journey. So it is absolutely key in trying to accelerate their development so that they can make that step up at an early age to go and train and play for the first team, is what we're all aspiring to do.
You touched on it there about how much hard work's going into this team over a number of years, but like the day-to-day, what kind of goes on in the academy?
Well, it's a long journey, from under pre-academy, under 8s, all the way through to the under 18s. So many ups and downs along the way for young players, and by nature they are inconsistent and go through periods where they'll have success and periods where they might struggle. But what we've learnt from players like Bobby Pointon's journey is that resilience and the sort of the mental characteristics are key, and that's why culture is so important to us and we talk about it all the time.
Bye.